You know, a lot of people are going to speculate on why the Cavs gave up on Isaiah Thomas after 15 games. I believe it didn't mesh with LeBron James. I think it would have got better, but do I believe it would have been something that would have... If you're not competing for a championship with LeBron James, what are you doing? Do I believe it would have ever gotten to the point where the Warriors would have lost sleep over potentially playing against Isaiah Thomas and LeBron in the finals? No. No, it would never got to that point. And with that being said, I'll say this. I think Isaiah Thomas got himself officially traded from Cleveland a few nights ago. It was on February 6th in a post-game interview after the Cavs they were up 20 against the Orlando Magic, and the Magic came back and literally beat them by almost 20. Right? That's like a 40-point difference in a matter of a couple quarters. Simmons got hot for the Magic, and it was bad. It was bad. The Cavs, they had a good first half where they were swinging the basketball, passing it a little bit better than what they had been doing as of recent. And then the second half, they just started playing iso ball, and it went down the drain. So Isaiah Thomas went up to this presser in his post-game conference, and he spoke the truth. But sometimes you kind of want people to pull back. As a reporter, he's a dream for me, right? Because he gives you the straight quote that you need for your story. He gives you the headline. You don't got to go searching and clickbaiting for a headline with Isaiah Thomas. When he was asked about what do you believe are the problems with the Cavs, he said straight up, when we hit adversity, we go our separate ways, and that has to change for us to be a really good team that we want to be. Now, Isaiah remained optimistic during the entire interview if you watch it in totality, but that one-liner right there might have been the depth of his short stint in Cleveland. Remember, he was traded to Cleveland last summer in the Kyrie Irving deal. He was injured for the first half of the season, came back late December, and he was in game 15 with Cleveland. And I have to believe that blunt honesty, when you're the new guy in the locker room, I think if he had been to war with these guys for a year or two, been in the finals, people looking up like, you've been around for a couple months, bro. You don't even know what adversity is. This ain't adversity. Being now 3-1 in the NBA Finals to one of the best teams ever that won 73 games in the regular season, that's adversity. You telling us about adversity? You calling out our problems as if you've been around? And speaking of the problems, you ain't been shooting well since you got to Cleveland, and you can't defend? It's already bad enough that you're not a good defender. You're 5'9", and your hip is bad right now. So not only are you short, you don't even have that speed burst that you used to because you can't really turn. You need that torso. You need that motion. You don't even got that right now. So bigger guys are just shooting over you. Smaller guys are just blowing past you, right? You're a problem defensively. That's bad enough. You're not even the offensive guy you were because you still linger. You have that lingering hip injury that you probably need to sit out for, but you can't really sit out because you need a new deal at the end of the year. You want to talk about problems? That's a problem. You're a problem if you want to talk about adversity. Talk about the adversity you're bringing to this team. And Tyronn Lue consistently played Isaiah Thomas up until that Minnesota game the other night where they did sit him most of the end of the fourth in overtime. I just think Isaiah Thomas kept it real. The reality was he was telling probably facts, what was going on in that Cavs locker room. But you got to find a way to not just give the media the story. You're making everyone know like, it's problems going on. Like if you got something going on in your household, you don't go tweet about it. You shouldn't tweet about it. You're opening that door for everyone to know, it's something really going on. And then the conversation started coming up. So I think Isaiah Thomas might have tricked himself out of Cleveland. I'm not saying the Cavs wouldn't have traded him anyway, but he made it much more easier when he was talking as if he had been someone that been around for the last 2 or 3 years and been around for the bulk of LeBron's latest tenure in Cleveland.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.